Bikers! Today's episode is going to be a fairly straightforward one. I'm going to be wrapping the exhaust on here. This way it allows me to be able to save time. Well, save my skin actually. I had painted this originally black. As you can see, it's not really holding up that well. And I was going to do this anyways. I wanted to get the exhaust wrap on here. So this is actually for the rear part. You can see I made some modifications to it. As I've stated before, the exhaust that's on my bike right now is off of a 2018 Sportster 883. And I got this off of Facebook Marketplace for the exhaust for 50 bucks. That's including the entire exhaust. I've made modifications to it, say like right here. I got rid of the pipe that was on there and welded it up completely shut. Then I put a metal bracket on here. Welding's not the best, but temperatures were varying and my welder needs a new inner tube for it so that way the wire can come out properly, so I was having all sorts of issues. But I was able to get it well done. It's nice and sturdy. It won't come off. So I'm going to wrap it. Now, on my last bike, I've had experience on this. I've wrapped exhaust before. So I've learned that it's best just to go from the front and work your way all the way to the back. And it's always best to use hose clamps. You don't want to use the clamps that come with it because they don't really hold up that well. And I believe you need to have like a special plier so that way you can get it. And hose clamps are cheap. You could get them for about a pair for 2 inches for about $1 or so. So that's just the easiest way, and I think the tool costs like 20 bucks. So cost analysis, plus you got a wife that's controlling your money. So you go with this route. So I'll go ahead and start wrapping this up.
I'll do it loosely first, and I don't want to get all the way up to here. Even though I got this area, I'd like to cover it up. I'll probably end up cutting out what I want after I zip tie. It just depends on how you want to go. So I'm going to wrap this completely up, starting up at the top, and making my way down. Fast to tighten up as you go. This way you can get all the air out and it'll be nice and tight and close to your pipe. Best to go at an angle, because you're going to have various turns and such, and you're going to need to tighten up. Well, you'll have to keep on doing this. This is like painstaking. And I'm just trying to get not so much a tight fit on here, but get it so that way I can get to what I want. That way I know how much I'm going to have left over, and then I can redo this all over again. As you can see, this is bulging out over here. Want it running tight. And it's going to be weird in certain areas because I got this bulging out over here. I'm going to end up cutting this to show you. Because if I had the oxygen sensor port right here, I'm going to keep on going all the way down. Now I'm just going with one because I don't expect to be touching this all the time. So I don't see a point of having to do it multiple layers. And I will have the product inside the description down below. In fact, it'll be one of the first links. Yeah, remember this is like a pain in the butt when I originally did this back in the day. Now I can only go up to where the bracket is, and then I'll have to, as you can see, it's not precise on here. This isn't exactly what I was going to have happen. This isn't the final product. But I want to get it so that way I can guesstimate what I need. And then go from there. Because I have another pipe in which I got to do for the other side. And I believe this is either 25 or 50 feet roll. And then I'll just cut this. Go for a stop recording.
And after laying it out, went ahead, got it wrapped up. Now all I gotta do is cut the extra length in which I have and clamp it down. But that's pretty much it on what you got to do on these things to be able to wrap. And it's not that difficult to do. Since this exhaust that I had didn't have a heat shield on it, that's why I opted for the wrap. Yeah. Saves time, effort, and definitely a lot cheaper. I believe this was on Amazon for $16.99. I have the link down below. And I got it as a Christmas gift. So, yep, and then I'll just do the same thing on the other one. Clamp it down, and then put it back together. And I'll show you what it looks like afterwards. Word of advice before you start working with that type of wrap. Wear gloves. I am finding little slivers on there, and I'm guessing it's from fiberglass from the exhaust. Live and learn. It's going to be a weird feeling all this week. Well, here we are. This is what the exhaust looks like wrapped up. All I care about is that it'll protect my leg when I go up against it or brush up against it. And this is how I got the 2018 exhaust to fit on the 2009. As you can tell, the oxygen, it's a little bit early for me. As you can tell, the sensors are relocated. This one's relocated for the front, but I was able to scavenge the one for the back to go in its original. Fortunately, I didn't document that because it took so much work just to be able to get it going. But you can see that it looks nice. It doesn't look painted. And everything is secure. And you might be asking yourself, well, that's not going to hold on. Actually, this will hold on quite well. I cannot turn it. I can't wiggle it or anything. The exhaust is connected to a bracket, which is attached to the engine and not the frame. Many of you might be not aware, but if you attach it to the frame, things will start getting loose. That's why everything's rubberized when you do it. The same goes with a car as well. Yeah, if you end up if you end up attaching it to a surface that doesn't, it'll wiggle its way out and eventually break its welds and such. So that's why they use a rubber or a silicone. Yeah, use a silicone type object to go on there, a grommet or whatever, to go in certain locations. Because you need that, so that way the vibration, because these engines do vibrate. And that's why I tried utilizing as much of the stuff as possible. Now the bracket for this exhaust did not come with the bike. In fact, this is an aftermarket bracket. I was able to find it on, I think it was Revzilla or KW Cycles. And they go for like 23 bucks. I'm like, well, that's not bad for a bracket that goes all the way across. But I tried finding something that would work for this, and it's like, yeah, no. I'm just going to keep this bracket, cut it to the way that I want, because it had design flaws on it. The bracket was like up way too high in certain areas, and other areas wasn't necessary. So I was able to cut, refine, so that way I could get to the linkages and stuff, say like for the brake. Or if I needed to, I could get to the belt guard. It's on the engine itself. And that's why I did that. Currently, right now, I am working. One of my other side projects is that I pulled out the speedometer. As you can see, it's gone. I pulled up the speedometer, and I'm currently doing electrical. Trying to figure out how to work that out as possible.
just to make sure that I don't screw that up because I want to get it on there. Now, I asked this question. I'm not too keen on the state of the mechanic, but I had asked Shelby on Shade Tree's channel in regards to if I was to pull the speedometer off, would it affect the ECM at all? According to him, it won't. And I can't see a reason why it would affect the ECM at all. But I do want to get that digital one on there, so that way I can have a digital gauge on there. And also, the cool thing is that I learned that the same hookups on there also run the tach. So, the speedometer that I have will do everything except for show me first, second, third, fourth, fifth gear, which wasn't a big thing for me. The tach is a nice add-on, so it's going to be interesting to see how well I can get that to go. Shouldn't have too much problem on that, since I do know what I'm doing. Done this type of stuff before, but yeah, cold. I'm gonna go back inside. But yep, that's finishing touches on which I did on the bike for right now. If you like what I did, just heed my warning, and I'm going to put this in the beginning of the original video anyways. I heed the warning. Wear gloves. It is Monday, and my hands still hurt because I can feel the fiberglass from the wrap on there. And if you guys might have thought I did it wrong, please put your comments inside there. I didn't have any instructions on there exactly what to do, and I didn't look it up on YouTube. I just went by what I did last time. To be quite honest, I think I should have soaked the wrap in water, wrapped it around there, and then let it sit. That way it could take care of all the bumps and stuff, and it would expand properly. I mean, it's exhaust wrap. I can always take it off and put it back on. But, yep, go ahead and like that video, subscribe, and until next time, ride safe, and I'll see you in the next ride.